As you guys know, UFC Fight Night Dolidze versus Hernandez is right around the corner, and this fight night will be taking place in the UFC Apex on August 9th. And in this video, I'm going to be providing you guys with my picks and predictions for every single fight happening on this card. As usual for the UFC Fight Nights, I'm not going to be doing a detailed analysis of every single fight. I'm just going to be doing a quick overview of my picks. So without further ado, let's get into my predictions for this Fight Night card. So first fight on the card, we have Julia Stoliarenko versus Gabriela Fernandez. And I'm going to be picking Gabriela Fernandez to win this fight by a decision. Next up, we have Gilbert Abina versus Uros Medic. And I'm going to be going with Uros Medic to win this fight by a decision. Moving up the card, we have Priscilla Casuera versus Jocelyn Edwards. And I'm going with Jocelyn Edwards to win this fight by a decision. Moving up the card, we have Toshiami Kazama versus Elijah Smith. And I'm going to be predicting Elijah Smith to win this fight by a knockout. Next, in the light heavyweight division, we have Rafael Caquera versus Julius Walker. And I'm picking Julius Walker to win this fight by a knockout. Next up, we have Christian Leroy Duncan, CDL, versus Eric Anders. And I'm going to be picking Christian Leroy Duncan to win this fight by a TKO as well. Next up in the bantamweight division, we have Gene Matsumoto versus Miles Johns. And I'm going to be picking Gene Matsumoto to win this fight by a decision. Next up in the featherweight division, I believe, we have Christian Rodriguez, C-Rod, versus Andre Philly. And I'm going to be picking Christian Rodriguez to win this fight by a decision as well. Now for the feature fight of the card, we have Angela Hill versus Lasmin Lucindo. And I think Lasmin Lucindo will beat Angela Hill by a decision. Now for the co-main event, we have Ode Osborne versus Steve Erceg. And I think this is a pretty straightforward fight. Ode Osborne, he's nowhere near like the elite of the flyweight division. Steve Erceg, he's had a rough couple of fights. I believe that he's on a 3-fight loss streak. But Ode Osborne, he's a very beatable opponent. I think his record is like 13-8, 13-7, something like that. And I think Steve Erceg, he's the better striker. He's been fighting the elite of the division. He just has more experience just fighting better competition than Ode Osborne. Ode Osborne does have some power in his hands. He could knock out Steve Erceg. I don't think it's that likely. It could happen. But I just see Steve Erceg outpointing Ode Osborne to a decision. I can even see Steve Erceg knocking out Ode Osborne as well. And let's not forget, Steve Erceg, he does have some grappling to lean back on, even though he doesn't really go to it as his first option. But Steve Erceg, I just see him winning the fight by a decision or a TKO. Moving on to the main event of the card, we have Roman Dolidze versus Anthony Hernandez. This fight is a pretty close fight, but I'm leaning towards Anthony Hernandez winning this by a decision. Roman Dolidze, he has some finishing ability, but he's not a finisher among the elite of the middleweight division. Anthony Hernandez, he has the ability to survive bad moments. We saw that against Michel Pereira. And I think Anthony Hernandez is going to put on a grappling pace and just win by a decision. His striking is good. He's very tough. He can take some of those shots. And I think he's going to out-cardio Roman Dolidze. Roman Dolidze, he's more of a bigger, muscular type build in the middleweight division. And while he is more explosive than Anthony Hernandez, I think he's going to be able to survive the bad moments in the beginning and just outpace him, win by the cardio, and win a 48-47 decision.